All right, we are at an odd place, Bridgehaven Golf Course, talking with the West Virginia Mountaineer mascot, Cade Kincaid, who's a graduate of Midland Trail. And Cade's going to be with the state champion golf team today, doing a little fun stuff. So, first of all, just kind of tell me what it's like being at WVU for all these. Well, you're a senior now, right?
Yeah, I'm in my 4th year, and it's just been the most amazing experience. And for the people down this way, it's scary to leave at first because it's a different world up there, but it's something that makes you realize that once you're done with the time, you can come back and make it a better place. So after about the 2nd year, I really realized there's no chance I want to be anywhere other than southern West Virginia.
Yeah.
So it's just been so cool being able to build towards that final goal of come back home and building a family. But I know that Morgantown is the place that I needed to be to facilitate the learning, the education, and all the things that'll get me to where I can get a good job, have a good family, and live the life that I want. It's been unbelievable.
As we can see, he's dressed in full gear, and he kind of just tell us about the process of becoming the Mountaineer.
It's like any job application. You apply online, and it's more than just an application. It's a process that takes, even if you weren't planning on it, the couple years that you were in college. So I applied my junior year.
Okay.
And the stuff that got me to where I wanted to be was the stuff that I just did for myself. So being a good student, being extracurriculars, and getting involved in the business school. So I built a pretty solid resume, and that built with, after I lost the first time, I really developed a passion and a reason as to why I wanted to do this.
Okay.
That made it so much easier, realizing that what we have is special here, what we have, especially at Midland Trail in southern West Virginia, but it's just so special, and being able to represent that, because I think it's kind of disappointing in my 22 years of life before being the Mountaineer. I never saw the Mountaineer in southern West Virginia, which I didn't know was a thing. But as I became the Mountaineer, I spent the first 4 months of the summer on the road every day, and it was always all over the place. And I was sitting there thinking, why did I never see the Mountaineer? The Mountaineer's on the road every day. The Mountaineer's serving the whole state, but he's never in my neck of the woods. So it really made it special to me to be able to serve it back, and that's why I called Pettit today. I was like, I want to celebrate these boys.
That's
we
awesome.
don't win state championships often. Let's do it. Let's play around in golf. I'll make myself look like a fool in the buckskins for a day. I don't care. We got to support these guys, and hopefully it creates a better pipeline of trail graduates, Oak Hill graduates from this part of the state back up to Morgantown, and then once they're done there, bring them right back around and make this place, a better place for everybody.
Now, with West Virginia kind of being in the Big 12, and we kind of cover the whole country now, what are some of the crazy places you've been to now?
So I'd never been on an airplane until I became the mascot.
Wow.
And the first flight I ever took was a private flight from Morgantown to Charleston, West Virginia. It was the first flight I've ever taken.
Right.
And ever since then, I've been to Texas twice now. I've been to Texas twice. Been down to Florida. BYU was awesome. Went out to Utah for that. It was unbelievable experience. I went to New York City off a one-off trip. They called us on a Wednesday night and said, Cade, come Friday morning, and I did. So
wow.
I've traveled all over the place, and I get to go some even cooler places as the year closes out. I'll be in Houston in less than 7 days, and then I was in Kansas City the other day. So it's nonstop, but I love it. It's so much fun.
How difficult is all this travel and the work you're doing with school? I mean, keeping up.
It's pretty easy with the passion, though. It's just realizing how much fun I'm having, and at the end of the day, it is tiring. I got home last night here at 1:30 in the morning, and I was in Summersville at 11, and it was just do a walk with breast cancer survivors. Like,
oh wow, okay.
That's pretty easy to motivate you to go home, do your schoolwork, and then go to another event. So seeing the impact that you make and the change that you make, it makes the schoolwork just so much easier because the motivation is at an all-time high for sure.
I know this may be a little hard, but kind of the coolest person you've met since you've been the Mountaineer?
Man, I love Tony Caridi. Tony Caridi is I think he is the most role model West Virginian ever because he's not from West Virginia.
Right,
he went to Syracuse.
Yeah.
But, one of my favorite interactions with this guy is you sit down and talk to him first day, and he says, where are you from? Fayette County. Valley Greyhound. And, Tony's voice, Valley Greyhound, no. Oak Hill Red Devil, no. Fayetteville Pirate, should have been. Midland Trail Patriot, yeah. So he starts riffing off all these schools.
Wow, that's impressive.
Sitting around with Tony is like he's a guy that stays most of his time in Morgantown.
Right.
And all he does is live, eat, sleep, breathe the Mountaineers. He's done it since he left Syracuse to come work for us, and he's been so awesome. And
absolutely.
Every time I see him, he's just such a great person. But the fact that he has such a passion for the state, and it's because of the human capital that he's seen and that has changed his life. It's so cool, and just seeing that he's so dedicated to this state that he's more well versed, and he could probably tell you every single Fayette County person that has played a sport at West Virginia.
It's
He has
amazing,
no
yeah.
reason to know anything about Fayette County,
Right.
but he just is that devout of a West Virginian. He loves it here so much. And my favorite quote from Tony, I was like, Tony, I aspire to be like you, where I'm a diehard Mountaineer. I love West Virginia. I never see myself leaving. I was like, but like, how do you know all this stuff? He's like, the most important advice I'll give you, never leave.
Wow.
And that's coming from a guy that's not even from here, so it's really
Yeah.
special to hear that. So Tony's up there. I've met a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
A lot of the players, like the baseball guys, especially Kyle West, Cade, he's a cool guy. Brody Cresser, it's everything. But Tony is, I think, an embodiment of what I want to be.
I think one of the my coolest memories of a Mountaineer, because I lived in Morgantown for a little while, but when you're in the Coliseum and at halftime you fire the musket off or into the game, and the other coaches are really never quite used to that, and you scare the daylights out of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty. Do you notice that a lot?
I did my first basketball game yesterday as the Mountaineer. I did both men and women, and
Yeah.
the funniest part of the day was the referee. So I'm right in front of the scorer's table, and we're playing Wheeling. So
Right.
my buddy Caleb Murray, he plays for Wheeling,
Okay.
and it's because Sammy Christ,
Yeah.
another Midland Trail graduate,
Absolutely. Yeah.
biggest Mountaineer fan I know. I love Sambo, but he played basketball at Wheeling, and I
Yeah.
met Zion, who I played against at Catholic, and all these guys. So I kind of got entangled with them. So Wheeling knew what was about to happen. They've seen it. Most of those are in-state kids, but those
Right.
refs, one was standing there, and I rack one off and give him a woo, and I look over, and this guy is literally like, he's off all four. He's jumped up in the air, and he's shaking. It's so much fun,
That's good
especially
stuff.
when in the blue light, if somebody's like, let's fire one off,
Yeah.
and I'm always like, come here, let's act like we're talking. We'll see how many we can get jumping. And it's always cool to see that. Some people don't jump because we're used to. It's a learning curve. That's what I tell everybody. If you watch the Mountaineer enough, you're not scared of the rifle.
All right, our man Cade Kincaid from Midland Trail High School,
Trail.
local champion, brother.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
a lot, brother.
No problem.